All right, hello and welcome to yoga. My name is Joanne. Thank you for joining me today. Let's start in a comfortable seat. So we're gonna lift the flesh from the sitting bones so you can feel a grounding into the mat. And then whatever cross-legged position works for you, if that's comfortable, you can also sit in a chair if you need. And then from our sitting bones, we'll find length through the spine. And let's shrug our shoulders up by the ears, make a big circle, create a little tension, and then just drop them down the back. So we're going to tag a little weight into the elbows here. So let the elbows be by the side and heavy. And just rest the hands either palms down or palms up on the thighs. And slightly retract the chin so that the crown of the head is lifting up toward the sky, so that you're nice and balanced over the spine. And just take a moment to feel that skeletal alignment. So we want to make sure that we're using as little effort as possible to sit up. We're engaging the muscles slightly, but we're also really stacking our bones, so there's not too much effort muscularly at this point in the practice. So soften the brow and the face and the jaw. You can part the lips a little if you hold tension in the jaw. Allow the eyes to gently close. Here at the beginning of practice, we'll take a moment just to sort of set an intention or a dedication if that feels comfortable for you. So choosing one thing and repeating it 3 times to yourself. And then we'll do a little inventory. So just checking out how you're feeling, noticing if there's any areas you're holding tension. Noticing if you're feeling maybe better in some areas as you continue to practice. And we'll begin to tune into the breath. So we really want to breathe into the lower belly. So we want to start the breath there below the navel. So we want to breathe into the belly like little babies do when they're born. So breathe into the belly and bring the breath all the way through the whole body. So we want to use the full diaphragm to breathe. So we're breathing into the belly and the ribs. The breath moves 3-dimensionally all the way up to the chest. And as you exhale through the nose, reverse that wave so the chest falls, the ribs come together, and we squeeze the navel gently toward the spine. And doing that, really expel all the air from the lungs, should automatically reinflate your belly. So slowing and deepening the breath helps us get into our rest and digest nervous system as opposed to fight or flight. So it's a great thing to start the practice with and to maintain throughout the practice. So we'll take some deep belly breaths. Let's take 5 breaths here together. Feeling expansive and spacious as you inhale. And softening and letting go of tension as you exhale. Couple more breaths. can gently let the eyes open. Keep the gaze nice and soft and down in front of you. Breathe in deeply. And we'll exhale, just bow the chin to the chest. Stretching across the back of the neck. Feel the head is heavy forward and the chest and shoulders are still open and back. Good, and then inhale, we'll rock one ear over the shoulder as you breathe in. Exhale, drop the chin forward. So we're going to move in a smooth motion with the breath. Inhale to the second side. And exhale forward. So you might have a different pace than me, that's fine. Inhale, open again to the first side, pausing. Check your posture, nice and tall. Walk your opposite hand out to the side. Activate the fingertips, lift through the sternum. Ear is over the shoulder, and then gently rotate your nose down as you look over the bottom shoulder. And inhale up. So if you need to watch first and then figure out what's happening, do that. You can always change the angle of the head to take the release where you need it. Inhale, breathe up, gaze up, exhale, gaze down. So you're looking over the opposite to the extended arm shoulder. Can be a little confusing. Let's take one more that way. And then we'll bring the nose back toward the screen. So lifting the sternum, keep the arm extended, and then just lift the hand off the mat just about a few inches. So pull that arm out. Ear is still over the other shoulder. And then begin to circle your wrist. You're gonna circle and move your fingers as well. So full circles as you pull the arm away, moving through the fingers and the wrist. So open the fingers and then close them, big circles. And then we'll reverse, open and close, rotating through the wrist. Keep the sternum lifted, head to the side. Keep breathing. Good, and then pull that arm out again, lengthen. Keep the shoulder over the ear, over the shoulder. And then we're gonna rotate the whole arm. So we're gonna turn the bottom arm down, rotate internally. So we're rotating the arm in the socket this way. And then open the other way. So open the palm to the sky and maybe the pinky comes up and pulls back behind you. So keeping the spine tall, we're just rotating the shoulder and the arm in the socket. So keep breathing as you move. Keep pulling that arm out, finding a little more space with each breath. Good, one more time, rotating in. And open. Good, and then wiggle the fingers one more time here, pulling the arm out, wiggle the fingers around, and release the hand down, drop the chin. Let's take the head upright for just a moment and just see how that feels different on each side. So we'll even it out, breathe in, exhale, drop the chin to the chest to start. Inhale to the second side, open the ear over the shoulder. Make sure the sternum's lifted, posture's tall. Walk the opposite arm out. So ear is over the shoulder, opposite arm stretches out. Activate the fingers. Find that activity all the way down the arm before you rotate the head, and then slowly exhale as you look over the bottom shoulder and inhale as you gaze up. So try to make the movement smooth with your breath. Keep the breath deep and open. And then play around with the angle. So it might look a little different for you or feel different. If anything hurts, don't do it. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good, and then bring the nose to the screen again, back to the center. Keep the head over, ear over the shoulder, and then lift the arm, pull it out, reach it away from you, from the body. You lift it about 4 or 5 inches off the ground. We'll begin to rotate the wrist, make circles, use your fingers as you rotate through the wrist. Open and close the fingers. Should feel that all the way down the arm. Let's reverse. Keep breathing. Keep pulling out. Woo, finding all kinds of tension we didn't know was there. Good, and then again, pull out, reach the arm away, lift the sternum here over the shoulder, and then rotate the whole arm in the socket. In, breathe in, and exhale, open out, turn the palm up and maybe back. Keep playing with that range of motion, breathe in, rotating in, keep turning as much as you can without rounding the back. Try to isolate that movement in the shoulder socket. Good, one more breath. Keep pulling, keep lifting the sternum, keep breathing. Good, pull the arm out. One more time, wiggle your fingers. Good, and then drop the hand, drop the chin to the chest, bring your head upright. Ooh, see how that feels. Good, and then let's inhale. We're gonna sweep the arms up. We wanna keep the shoulders grounded. We're gonna exhale and twist to one side. So bring one arm forward, one arm back. Keep the spine tall, look over your back shoulder. Twist, bring the arms around. Inhale, reach. Big breath in, shoulders are soft. Exhale, twist the other way. Open up, nice and tall, shoulders opening back, look over your back shoulder. Good, release. Inhale, sweep up again. We're gonna do that one more time. Twist to each side, exhale, twist. First side. Release. Inhale, sweep up. Big breath in. Exhale, twist. Good, release. Inhale, sweep up. Big breath in. Exhale, come halfway down. Make a T with your arms, soften the shoulders, pull the fingers out as far as you can. Make sure your sternum is lifted, you're nice and grounded on your sitting bones. We're gonna tip to one side and then reach the other arm up and over. So we're lengthening through both sides. Keep the chest open, soften your elbows, and breathe. Keep the neck and the spine together. Deep breath into the ribs. So you want to feel the ribs pulling in that direction a little bit as you lift through this side as well. And then as we inhale, we're going to use the top arm and our ribs to pull up, back to your T. Inhale, sweep up again. Big breath in, exhale, come halfway down. Pull the arms out. Pull, 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 breathe in. Exhale, tip to the other side. Reach up and over, lengthen through both sides. Pull the ribs to the opposite corner, opposite side of the room, breathe. Good, inhale, pull up. Arms back to the T, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold the arms, reach out in front of you, lengthen. Notice which leg is in front in your seated position. Bow over the legs here. So you can relax, round the back. Keep the hips on the ground. And then you're gonna walk your hands toward the front knee side. So slowly walk your hands toward whichever leg is in front and relax the torso. Feel it in the opposite hip and breathe. Nice deep breath. Good, walk your hands to center. Walk your hands back. Sit up. Lean back, switch the cross of the legs. The other leg comes in front. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, float the arms down. We're going to reach the hands behind the back, clasp the hands, and pull the arms down, back, and away. So try not to arch in the spine too much here. Keep the ribs contained and just pull the arms up and back so you're stretching the front of the shoulder here. We're not arching into the back. So the core is still pretty tall, and we're just opening through the front of the shoulder. Breathe. Take one more breath here. Good, release the arms. Unbind the hands, shrug your shoulders at the top. Shrug the shoulders again, squeeze up. And down the back. One more time, squeeze up and back. Inhale, reach arms up. Big breath in. And we're gonna exhale, reach forward again. So now our other leg is in the front. And just walk out first and then slowly walk your hands to the front foot side. And then relax into that stretch. Breathe here. Relax the shoulders and the head. Feeling this in the opposite hip. One more breath. Good, come back to center. Slowly walk your hands back. Sitting up. Let's shrug the shoulders one more time here, up and back. Good, and then let's come into tabletop. So we'll come onto the hands and the knees. And if you need a cushion under your knees, I like to use a little towel because my knees are getting old. So you can use a little blanket if you want for your knees. Bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hip points. We want to brighten the fingers on the mat so the index and middle finger point forward. And you want to activate through the thumb and index side of the hand as well. So that's kind of a challenge, but activate the finger pads, activate the tops of the feet, and then draw the navel toward the spine so you're not sagging in your belly. So we want to be here. The neck is long. We'll take some cat-cows. So as we inhale, we'll drop the belly. We're going to send the tail and the crown to opposite corners of the room. And then as you exhale, you're going to round, drop the tailbone and the head. Inhale, open, create length and space. Exhale, round, pressing the spine up, drop the head and tail. Good, again, inhale up. And exhale, round. Squeeze the navel up. Good, let's do one more. And round. Good, come back to all fours. You can also do fists if this is too much on your wrist. That's also an option. So let's do a little spiral on the spine now. So from that cat-cow, we're gonna go side to side. So we're gonna bring one ear and hip together. So we're gonna kind of wag our tail side to side, ear and hip on the other side. Keep the core active so you're not dropping the belly as you do this. Keep the core lifted so you're nice and engaged in the belly. So it should feel a little bit challenging, not too challenging, but we don't want to sag the back. So side to side, keep your breath moving as you move your hips and ear. And then come back to all fours. And then we're going to try to put that together with cat-cow. So as we inhale, so this will be a little mind game as well. So start on all fours. Inhale, drop the belly, send the tail and the crown far and away. And then you're going to bring an ear and a hip together on one side. And then you're going to press up to cat, round, and then other ear and hip come together. So we're kind of spiraling on the spine. So keep that moving. Close the eyes if you want. Don't worry about it if you feel confused. Just keep moving in a big circle on the spine. Should feel good. And keep the breath moving. Good, and then we'll come back to our neutral spine and we're going to go the other direction. So we're going to drop, inhale, and then take the other ear and hip together and then round up and bring the other ear and hip together. So hopefully you're reversing your circle. Keep the breath moving, keep rotating on the spine. One more round. Awesome, and then come back to your tabletop. Good times. Okay, so let's bring our big toes together. Take your knees out a little bit. We're gonna push back into child's pose, heels over, hips over heels. You can place something behind your knees if you need cushion. Relax the head down. Soften your shoulders. Good, inhale, come back to tabletop. And then bring the knees under the hips again. Activate your hands, activate your core. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to stretch our feet. So we're going to tuck our toes under, keep the neck long, and we're just going to lift the knees about an inch off the mat. Hovering, keep breathing. Keep the neck long. Try not to lock your elbow joint. Keep it a little bit soft. Using the breath to fire up the belly a little bit. Hovering on the knees. Don't worry about it if you can't do this. It's not a big deal. And then release down. Good. Uncurl your toes. And then we're going to walk our knees back just about an inch. So they're behind your hip points just a little bit. And then we're going to take our hands a little bit wide and then bend at the elbow and plant your chest right between your hands, coming down to awkward S pose. Chin and toes are down. Elbows are close to the body. Breathe in. Exhale, slide the legs out. Tops of the feet glue to the floor. Hands are still next to your chest. And then we're going to inhale for low cobra. So breathe into the belly. Shoulders are back. Elbows are hugged in and pulled back. Neck is long, so your gaze is out in front of you. Let's lift the hands here and use the back muscles to breathe. One more breath. Release the hands down and push back into child's pose. Extending the arms. Inhale, come into that tabletop. And then we're going to do, let me get on my cushion, a little flow. So we're going to do that with the breath. So you're going to, again, hug the elbows in, come down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, open the chest. Glue the feet. Take one more breath here. Releasing down. Push back, child's pose. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. One more breath. Release down. Push back, child's pose. Good. Inhale, tabletop. Get this out of the way. Good. So tabletop with the knees behind the hip points a bit. We're going to tuck the toes and slowly peel up to downward dog. So I want you to peel the hips up and pedal the feet out. So no rush, straighten the legs, walk out your dog. Relax the head between the arms. Remember, we want to keep that inside of the elbow rotating forward, palms firmly pressed into the mat, not dumping into the wrists. Pedaling your feet, relax the head, shoulders broad. Walk yourself up. So I want you to be mindful as you move yourself up to a standing forward fold. So moving nice and smoothly, and then measure about 2 fists between the feet and bend your knees as much as you need so you can bring the hands to home base in a straight line with the feet at the front of your mat. Forehead tucks toward the shins here. Knees can be very bent. Just notice where you are. Shake your head out a little bit. Let go of tension, sigh it out through the mouth. Keep letting go one more time. Good, let's let the arms hang in front of us. So shake out your shoulders a little bit, shake out your head, sway gently side to side. Just release the upper body completely, letting all that tension melt into the floor. Good, shifting around on the feet and then come back to a nice firm foundation for your feet. So you want to feel even weight on all 4 corners of both feet as we relax the upper body. And then we're going to tuck our tailbone and slowly unfurl, roll yourself up. Imagine a mama cat is picking you up and you're a baby and it's pulling you up all the way up to the top of the mat. Unfurl yourself, open your chest, coming into mountain pose. Shoulders above hips, above heels, feet hip width, and then make sure your pelvis is nice and neutral, so you're not dumping. Nice and neutral. Engage heavy suitcases in the hands. Chin retracts just slightly, so it's right above the spine. So feeling into your mountain pose. We're a little engaged here in the legs. Good, and then we're gonna reach the arms back. We'll do a couple half salutes. Reach the arms back. Don't arch the back here. Keep the pelvis contained. Reach back, inhale, breathe in. Stretch up. Feeling this in the side body here. So we wanna feel the stretch from the armpit to the hip. Keep the shoulders plugged in though, so we're not hunching them by the ears. Shoulders stay plugged in. Lift. Exhale, we'll swan dive, lengthen the chest over the legs and fold, bend your knees as much as you need and tuck the forehead. We'll inhale into a flat back pose. Hands can come onto the thighs if that's comfortable. Pull the elbows back a little bit and lengthen the spine. Good, keep the neck long. Exhale, bow. We're gonna roll it up. Inhale, pull yourself up by the spine. Feel the back body engage as you lift up, open the chest, back to your mountain pose. Reach the arms back, inhale, breathe in deep. Getting a nice stretch through the sides, and then exhale, swan dive, back to your forward bend. So every time we come here, maybe the legs begin to open, just notice where you are, forehead tucks. Inhale, flat back, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up, pull yourself up, let the arms dangle. Open the chest. Back to mountain pose. Let's do that one more time. Reach back, inhale. Deep breath. And swan dive, exhale, lengthen. Flat back on your inhale. And exhale, fold. Good, roll up one more time. Pull yourself up. Back to your mountain pose. Great, let's inhale, sweep up. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. This time we'll take it into more full salute. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Forehead tucks. So planting the hands this time, we're going to take a giant step back with one leg. So you can start on whichever side you like. Drop your back knee and uncurl the toes. So this leg can be a variable forward or back depending on how flexible you are. You can also use a cushion under your knee here, double up the mat. This leg needs to be a nice right angle, knee on top of the heel. And then we want to find a little scissor action of the legs. So we want to try to keep the pelvis neutral here too. So scissor the legs toward the midline and then come up, right? And then see where you are in your pelvis. So you want to be here. We don't necessarily want to be here, dumping into the back, right? So we want to be here. Yeah, nice. Reach up, inhale. Soften the shoulders. So feel again that stretch through the side body as you plug the shoulders in. Maybe the sternum lifts. Breathe in. Take another breath here. Good. Exhale, float the hands down, frame the foot. And then walk your hips back and pull your front foot toward your face for half monkey, opening through the hamstring here. So come onto your fingertips. You can use blocks here if you want. This foot's coming up and you're creating some space by lifting up. So this front leg is soft, doesn't have to be straight. You should feel a stretch in that leg. Pull that sitting bone to the back of the mat. As you lengthen the heart forward, breathe. So you want to feel that your body is breathing. Does that make sense? So that it's moving, the breath is moving the posture rather than you're pulling into the pose, right? So you want to feel the breath move you into the pose and kind of soften around the edges. So really using the breath. So we want to make sure we can still breathe deep, long and deep, and relaxed. Good, inhale, come forward. Plant your foot, plant the hands. We'll tuck our back toes under and lift the back knee. We'll take our hips high so we have some room to bring the left foot back to meet the right. Come to downward dog. We'll do a nice easy flow here. So as you flow, this is optional. If you're new to the practice, no worries. But if you're a little more
seasoned, you can try this. You don't have to. So as we came up in our, coming up out of our forward fold, I want you to feel again that back muscles kind of pulling you up. So see if you can feel yourself kind of being pulled up. We're going to come onto the balls of the feet and lift up over a beach ball. Imagine you're trying to clear something. So lift up through the back body as you round like a wave and bring the shoulders above the wrists. And then spike that energy through the heels so you're nice and stacked with your bones. Breathe in, exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin. Slide into a cobra here, open your chest. Keep the neck long, shoulders back, feet glued. Breathe. Exhale, lower. And then slowly making your way, you can come through tabletop or straight back to downward dog, whatever feels better for you. We'll meet in downward dog. From here, I want you to bend your knees and gaze past your hands. We're going to try to use our core to come all the way up to forward bend. So maybe one leg at a time. You can step up softly. If your foot doesn't come all the way up, you can just reach back and pull it through. Rock off the back foot, come into forward fold, and fold here. Roll up, inhale. So the goal is to kind of be light on the feet as best you can. So we're not slamming into our joints. Back to our mountain pose. Reach back, inhale. Breathe deep, stretch. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Tap the forehead. Inhale into your flat back, open the chest. And exhale, bow. Hands will plant. We'll take a giant step back with the second leg. So whichever side you didn't do last time, drop the knee and uncurl the toes. Shedding here. And again, we'll find that scissor action toward the midline with the inner thighs as you rise up. And then check your pelvis. Add the arms when you're ready. Drop your shoulders as you lift the chest. Good, breathe in. And then exhale, bring the hands down to frame that front foot. Pull your front leg back, walk your toes to your face, bring your hands back, lift up using fingertips or blocks here to create a little space in the chest so we're not collapsed here, we're lifted. This sitting bone's pulling to the back as you pull your heart forward. And then let your breath soften the pose for you. One more breath. Good, inhale, slowly come forward, plant the foot. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes as you lift the knee. We'll take the hips high so you can step back, downward dog. Nice, easy downward dog. Chest is open, head is relaxed. We're gonna, again, try to come up over that beach ball, lift through the back body, inhale, balls of the feet, reach up and over, floating into your plank position, engaging your core. Exhale, drop knees, chest, and chin. Slide the legs down, inhale for cobra. Glue the feet, gaze is long. Breathe into the belly. Good, releasing down. Tuck your toes. You can come through tabletop or straight back to downward dog. Nice breath here. Good, we'll bend the knees, and this time we'll gaze forward and we'll take the second side foot through. So see if you can be light on the feet, nice and soft on the joints. Stepping up, forward fold. Bow over the legs. Let the arms dangle and then feel that mama cat lifting you up. Arms dangle, lift, lift, lift through the back body. Shrug your shoulders, open the chest, back to mountain pose. Neutralize your pelvis, reach up, inhale. Catch a wrist in one hand, and we're gonna do a side stretch here. Reach up and over. So keep lifting. Inhale through center, switch sides. Reach up and over.
Lift up out of the back. Good, inhale, reach up, exhale, lower the arms by the side, shrug your shoulders and open the chest. I'm gonna face the middle of the mat. We're gonna do a little bit of chair pose. So feet about hip width. And then I'll kind of face the side so you can see here too. There's that neutral pelvis is what I want you to think about in this pose. So this is a bit of a challenge, so if you're new, don't worry about it. So we're gonna sit in a chair. Imagine sitting in a chair. So my hips are gonna be above my heels. I'm not doing this, but I'm here. So my spine is tall. So we wanna keep, again, from dumping into the back. We don't wanna do that. We wanna keep the tailbone kind of long, sink into a chair. When you feel ready, add the arms. So awkward S pose or chair pose, lightning bolt. So a lot of times it's easy to do this. We don't want to do that. We want to tuck. So keep the core active, arms by the ears as best you can, and you can take it as deep as you want. You don't have to come too deep. Lift the arms behind you, breathe in. We're going to pulse, lift up, stand up tall, and then exhale, sink. Be mindful of your back. Good, inhale up again, and exhale, sink. Check your pelvis. Reach up, take your hands to your heart and prayer pose. Thumbs to sternum. Option one is turning to face one side. We'll do both sides, doesn't matter. You can just open out in an easy twist here. Keeping the knees together. Option two, thumbs to sternum. You're gonna lean forward and bring the elbow outside of the thigh. Press the hands to the center in chair pose here in a twist. So then check your knees out. A lot of times you'll want to shift. Keep your hips even and your knees even as best you can. And then press the hands to the chest, open up. Option three would be to really open the arms. That's totally up to you if you want to do that. I find this is a little more fruitful for me. Breathe. Good, and then one more breath here. Release, swing the arms up, neutralize your pelvis, build a little heat, stand up, rise, lower the arms, shrug your shoulders. Good, so we'll do the other side. So hopefully you can feel the difference. I used to always do it with an arched back, and I think that's why I had back pain. So, so the feet can be hip width, or you can even bring them closer together if that's comfortable, so whatever you prefer. I'm doing a little wider stance, and then we're going to sit in our chair. So sit down, don't have to go too far, swing the arms up. Drop the shoulders into the sockets, pull the arms behind you. So you should feel this in the chest a little bit too, and then turn your tailbone toward the floor. Let's inhale, pulse, rise and sink. Good, again, inhale up. Exhale, sink, engage your core, turn your tailbone down. Let's take the hands to the chest. Inhale, create length and space. Option one, turn and open. Option two, elbow outside of the knee. Keep those knees together. It's easy to splay them out. Breathe. Good, one more breath. Good, release, unwind, wherever you are, swing the arms up, turn the tailbone down, lift the arms, inhale, reach, exhale, lower the arms by the side, shrug your shoulders, and open the chest. Awesome, so I'm gonna come to the front of the mat. Woo, built a little heat, that one. And then we're gonna take one leg back. So check heel to arch alignment and nice wide stance. So back foot is perpendicular to the front, hips face the long edge of the mat. So torso is nice and tall. We're just gonna bend the front knee. Open the knee out so you can see your big toe. So don't let the knee collapse inward, open out, engage your back, glute, and hip. So we're still nice and stacked, and then we add the arms. Soften the shoulders, pull the arms out, east-west. Gaze to the front knee side. We're engaging the outer edge of our back foot. We're going to breathe here. And we're also trying to keep our pelvis neutral here. So pay attention to that. Breathe. As you're ready, turn the front palm up. Inhale, lean forward slightly, reach. And keep the legs the same. Exhale, float back. Peaceful warrior. Lifting up through the front ribs and the back side. We're not leaning here, we're lifting. Breathe in and out. Feel a nice stretch through the front ribs here as you breathe. Inhale, back to warrior two. Pull the arms out, soften the shoulders. Breathe in. Lower the arms, exhale, straighten the leg. Breathe out, good. We'll turn the front foot in and we'll switch sides, turn the back foot out. So again, check heel to arch, perpendicular to the front foot, back foot, or heel to heel. Hips face the long edge. Breathe in. And then exhale, just bend that leg. Bend the other leg. So we're on the other side. Open that knee out. So you want to see your big toe. So notice I didn't lean forward. I'm still stacked in my torso. Open the knee. As you're ready, add the arms. Neutralize your pelvis. Gaze to the back hand now, or the front hand, for the bent knee side. Soften the shoulder, pull the arms out. Keep that knee opening to the pinky toe side. Let's turn the front palm up. Inhale, lean and reach forward, breathe in. Keep the legs the same, exhale, float back. Lift up through both sides. Soften the shoulders. Good, breathe in. Slowly exhale back to warrior two. Breathe in. Good, exhale, straighten that leg and lower the arms. Good, turn that foot in. Now we've got both feet to the front. So we're going to take our hands behind our back, thumbs around the waist, feet are parallel now, elbows pull behind you, supporting the low back. Lift the sternum, ground both feet nice and evenly. Keep the tailbone neutral, pelvis neutral. Inhale, lift the chest as you breathe in. And then exhale, again, hinge at the hips. So lead with your chest, nice flat long back. Lean, and then take one hand under you at a time to the floor or to blocks if you're using blocks, and open the chest. So keep the spine long here, neck long, breathe. In and out. Good, and then from here, we're gonna walk our hands down under our legs, and then we're gonna walk both hands to one side. So I'm gonna reach for one ankle and just soften here. So you should be feeling that in that leg, on the outside of the leg, in the hamstring. Breathe. Don't forget to soften the knee joints so they're not locked. Good, come through center. Lengthen your spine here. Breathe in, and then exhale, we'll come to the other side. So just holding on to that ankle, you can relax the torso. Wherever is comfortable, you can, if you can't come all the way over, that's okay, do your best. And breathe. Good, come back to center. Shoulders, hands under shoulders, lengthen your spine. Good, and then we're gonna turn our one foot to the back of the mat and walk your hands over. So we're gonna come around to the front of the mat, turn your back heel up and lift your hips and step yourself into a downward dog. So we'll meet there, however you wanna get there. Sorry if that was a little confusing. Okay, so from downward dog here, we're gonna take one leg into the sky for a three-legged dog. So whichever side you want to keep your shoulders even
and your hips even. So we're just gonna lift that leg up. Try to keep your hips down, press through the back foot. Bend the knee, heel to glute, and then open up. So now you can open up through the side body a little bit. And then squeeze that bent knee all the way up. So you're gonna hover around your back like we did before. Listen, like up and over that beach ball. Lift up and plant the knee between your hands for pigeon. Back leg comes straight behind you. If this bothers your knee, don't do it. You can take figure 4 on the back instead. So framing that knee with the hands, come up onto your fingertips. Make sure when you take a look back at your back leg that it's straight and your foot is straight. You're not sickling the ankle. So nice and straight. And then come forward. Hip bones are equidistant to the floor. Lift the chest. Open the chest here. Breathe in. Deep breath into the lungs all the way. And then slowly exhale wherever you want to be. You can stay here. You can come to forearms. You can stack fists or hands, or all the way down, whatever is okay for you. And then I want you to soften your brow, soften your shoulders, soften the jaw. Imagine that bent leg, that you're pulling that hip to the back of the mat. So you're pulling that bent hip away from the front, from the armpit. So that'll change the stretch a little bit. So you can kind of pull back and then soften. So you can kind of move a little bit with the breath. As long as you're not hurting the knee. We don't want to over torque our sacrum. So breathe here, one more breath. Again, allowing the breath to move you in the pose. So we're not forcing anything, we're just moving it with our breath. Awesome. So from here, walk your hands back to frame the knee. Come onto your fingertips again. Pull your shoulder blades behind you as you lift your chest, looking up, and breathe into the lungs. Deep breath in, plant your hands, tuck your back toes under, and slowly make your way to downward dog. You can always take a break if you need one. Paddle your feet out. Walk out your dog. Good, and then from here, from your downward dog, we'll do the other leg. So 3-legged dog, lift the heel up, starting with the hips even, shoulders even. And then bend the knee, heel to glute, and then open the hips. So now you can rotate, open the side body a little bit. Keep that grounded foot moving back. And then again, using that energy of up and over, pull the knee in, lift up, round as you hug the knee in as best you can and bring it through. Planting it between your hands, back leg straight behind you, open the chest, come onto fingertips. Check your leg is straight, open the chest, breathe in here. Hips are equidistant to the mat. Slowly walk yourself into whatever position you want on this side. And notice which side, maybe one side's a little tighter than the other. That's totally normal. Once you get to your position, soften your brow, soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. Let the breath move you slightly. Maybe pull that front bent hip toward the back of the mat a little bit, changing the stretch. And just let the breath move you a little bit. Good, one more breath. Slowly begin to walk your hands back. Framing the knee. Come onto your fingertips here. Open the chest. Pull the shoulder blades back. Breathe in deep. Plant your hands. Tuck your back toes. Slowly step back to downward dog. Pedal the feet out a little bit. Good. We're going to do that up and over one more time just for practice. So come onto the balls of the feet. Lift your back body up and over a beach ball, rounding through the shoulders, and then spike through the heels. Breathe in and plank, and out. Engage your core here. Drop your knees, chest and chin to the floor. Come all the way down to your belly. Good, so we're gonna have our hands next to our chest here. We're gonna walk our arms out in front of us. So they're nice and long. Scooch back a little bit so I have room. So we're on our belly. So you can bring your chin down, soften your shoulders. Rock a little bit on the hips. And then we're gonna do some extensions. So we're gonna lift one leg and the opposite arm up. So you wanna keep your arm and ear kind of in the same plane, your head with the arm. So lift up, inhale, exhale, lower. So we want to think of length. So we're pulling apart. Opposite arm and leg lifts up, reach up. Pull out. Good. Exhale down. Again, opposite arm and leg, switch sides. Inhale, reach. Maybe a little higher if you can. And release. Opposite side, reach. Inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And exhale down. All right, we're gonna come up and fly. So we're gonna do all four limbs if you can. You can skip it if that doesn't work for you. We're just gonna fly. So when you're ready, gather some energy with your breath. Breathe in and out. And then as you're ready, inhale, lift all four limbs up. Breathe into your belly, pull up, lift the arms up. Breathe. One more breath. And exhale, lower. Awesome. Bring your hands next to your chest. Slowly push back into child's pose. Breathe and release. Good. Walk your hands back. We're going to swing our legs around to the front. So extend your legs out. Lift the flesh. Flex your feet if you like. A little bit of a challenge. We'll come down using our core strength. So hands on the thighs, feet glued to the floor, and slowly unfurl yourself one vertebra at a time, all the way to the back. Once you get to your back, make sure your neck is neutral. If you need something under your head, please use something so you don't want your chin lifted. It's crunching the back of the neck, so if you need, place your head on something. Good, and then from here, take the right knee into the chest and squeeze it in. Squeeze the knee in, make some circles with your big toe, rotating the toes and the ankle, in reverse. Good, squeeze that knee and take a deep breath into your belly. Slowly, as you're ready, we'll take a reclining twist. So bring the bent leg across the body. Opposite arm reaches out, palm down. Maybe you gaze to the extended arm. So nice stretch. Again, think about pulling this hip toward the front of your mat. So you're elongating through the side body. Soften this extended shoulder to the floor. One more breath. Good. Bring the knee back to center. Come back. Squeeze the knee in. Send the leg out. Draw the other knee in. Squeeze that knee into the chest. Begin to make circles with your big toe and ankle. Keep breathing. Let's reverse. Good. Squeeze the knee and breathe. We'll slowly pull the bent leg across the body. Reach that same arm out, palm down, and then gazing to the extended arm if that's comfortable. Deep breaths. Pull that top hip toward the front of the mat. Soften that extended arm shoulder.
Good, we'll slowly come back to center. Squeeze that knee in again. Let's take the right knee in, but take both knees in. Squeeze both knees into the chest, and we'll reach down for happy baby. So whatever you can reach, your toes, your feet, your ankles, maybe your calves or your thighs even. You don't have to reach the feet. We're going to pull the tailbone down, keep the head on the ground, keep the shoulder blades grounded. So your legs are wide and deeply bent. Doesn't matter what you can reach. And then just pull everything into the floor and create a little resistance with the feet to get a little more stretch in that hip joint. And maybe rock a little side to side. Enjoying your happy baby. Good, and then settle your rock and roll. And then slowly we'll bring the soles of the feet together as you release the legs down for reclined cobbler's pose. So you can rest the hands on the thighs if you need more stretch, or you can bring fists under your hips if you need support, or even blankets or pillows under your legs. Feel a connection of the circuit of energy from the soles of the feet through the whole body. And breathe. Just keep letting go and softening with each out breath. Soften the shoulders and the brow. And then slowly, as you're ready, you're going to take your hands outside of your thighs if they're not there and slowly pull your legs up. So if you have tension in the back at all, you can bring the feet wide and let the knees come together. Option 1 for your final resting position. Or if you feel good in the back body, stretch the legs out, feet them out width apart, toes flop out to the sides. Whichever leg position you're in, we're going to tuck our shoulders under our chest to open the heart, allow the palms to face the sky, allow the fingertips to curl toward the palm as they relax, and gently rock your head a little side to side. Make sure that the neck is nice and neutral. Massaging the back of your head and bringing your head to stillness at the center of the mat. Close your eyes and part your lips just slightly so you're relaxing through the jaw. And scanning your body to see if you're holding any tension anywhere at all. And just allow that tension to melt into the mat with each out breath that you take. Just keep letting go with the breath. Relax your entire body completely. Relax. 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 And slowly wiggle your fingers and toes as you rock your head gently side to side. And as you're ready, if the feet aren't already bent or the knees aren't already bent, you can bend your knees to place your feet on the floor. And slowly roll over to the right side of your body to a fetal pose for a moment. We'll take a moment here just to notice any changes in body and mind. Recalling if you set an intention or dedication for your practice. And slowly using your left hand to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet in easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Floating on the spine. Let's inhale and sweep the arms up together as we gather some energy with our breath. And seal your hands at the top. Bring them down to your heart. Bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste.